YouTube, how y'all coming? Today I got y'all when cops arrest the wrong person. When cops arrest the wrong person. How do you arrest the wrong person? I ain't even gonna say what I want to say, but how do you arrest the wrong person? Y'all gotta get their name, height, weight, color. You feel me? We just finna see, man. When cops arrest the wrong person.
Cops have little to no room for error in their job.
They have little to no error in their job, which means they should not be arresting the wrong person.
To deal with life or death situations daily. But what happens when the cops mess up and accidentally arrest the wrong person?
Hey, yo, that's some bullshit. Get up, put your hands on the car.
Starting with the controversial case of Patrick Mumford. Patrick was just getting back home when two officers confronted him, claiming there were warrants out for his arrest. What the cops didn't realize, though, is that the warrants were
They approached and attacked the wrong black man.
that the warrants were for a completely different man, but this didn't seem to bother them.
What's your name? I'm going to ask you one more time. We probably need to talk to you. So, what's your name? Ashley. Stand up. Turn around, put your
They
hands
said Michael, but his
Patrick
name
is
Patrick.
justifiably nervous here after suddenly being confronted by multiple police officers, but still manages to give the cops his name. However, they decide that they don't believe him, and instead of asking for an ID or trying to confirm his identity in any way, they immediately decide to do this instead.
That ain't right though, right? They gotta get his ID. They can't just arrest him. I don't know what they could do, but I think you feel me? It don't even make sense. Y'all ain't have his ID. And they actually it's tight on.
Man, what I do? Y'all ain't telling me what I do, man. You got a warrant. He just came back from his probation officer.
I would have been blue.
I got Taser.
Look at buddy.
You coming out? You coming out? Hey, come out. Get your hands out now. You got 3 seconds. Hold on, man. 3 seconds. Do not reach. Get up. Put your hands on the car. Hey, show me the warrant. Come out. 2. All right, take it. Move.
I done finna tase him.
Come out. You got a warrant. You better get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Yo, he trying to close the door.
Get out of the car. Move, Fox, move.
It took just 38 seconds from the police making first contact to giving the order to tase him. According to the cops, Patrick was given numerous reasonable opportunities to comply with officers, but
they was telling him get out, ooh. But they ain't tell him like what he had a warrant for. They ain't even show. I ain't see him showing no warrant. So they just beat my boy up for no reason. You feel me? I feel like.
Because of his resistance, they were left with no choice but to stun him. But even after being tased and detained, the cops still aren't finished roughing Patrick up.
Something's going on, man. It's off me, man. He keeps reaching for his back.
Nah, he reaching for his back. They think he got a pipe or something.
Quit.
Need to run Windows on your Mac?
Cranking him.
Parallels Desktop makes it simple.
Quit resisting. I got him, guys. Search whatever he's going for.
The cops searched Patrick to try and find whatever he was reaching for, assuming he was hiding a weapon of his own. But predictably, they find nothing other than his wallet. This would end up being a blessing for Patrick, though, as inside his wallet, the cops found his ID.
I just seen this fucking lady. Patrick Mumford. That lady not gonna tell me that I got a warrant. I just seen her. Here's the deal, dude. How long I had a warrant? I don't know if you got a warrant, because you're not really looking for it. But here's the deal. When we ask you for ID, because you look
they
a
asked
lot
him.
like the
Officer,
person
they asked him.
you give us ID. And when you start this whole fight nonsense, dude, all you had to do is give me this. But the way you came up asking me out of nowhere.
Remember, the cops never once asked for Patrick's ID during the
Okay.
initial
Okay. I know I want to tweak it. They ain't ask for no ID. Now when they see it ain't him, now they want to ask why you just ain't present the ID. Motherfucker, y'all ain't even ask. You feel me? Y'all ain't even command, cause y'all commanding the man the whole time. Why you ain't command him to give him the ID to see if that's the right person, y'all?
interaction.
Come on,
In a
man.
later report, the
They
cops
should be
also stated that they
fined,
were worried
arrested.
he was reaching for a weapon when he was shuffling back in the car. So, do you think they would have been okay with him reaching into his back pocket for his wallet? He wasn't given any chance to correctly identify himself, but now the cop is patronizing him and saying he caught a case he didn't need to get. And above all, he's still being manhandled and forced onto the hood of their patrol vehicle.
What's the guy name?
Is there someone here that stays here that looks like you? Think about it.
Hey, Jack. Guess what he's looking for?
Tell him. Who does he look a lot like? He knows who it is.
It's
Michael?
He is not Michael.
Okay, I know that now.
Yes! Really? They don't even look nothing like that? And besides, they didn't even ask me that. We got, they look exactly.
Oh, wow. I'm looking at that picture. I mean,
Don't they look alike? Wrong. Okay, are we wrong?
For the record, this is the man they're looking for. It's difficult to draw even a single similarity in appearance, but the cop
hold on.
is the man they're looking for. It's difficult to...
Y'all telling me these two look alike? I mean, no. They just both black.
to draw even a single similarity in appearance, but the cops
Looks like
apparently
me
saw
now, Joe.
so many that they were comfortable with discharging a weapon at Patrick. Patrick was initially charged.
Hey, I think. Hey, I wonder why I don't pull over. I be scared, man. I don't be hiding. I just be scared.
Charged with obstruction and violating probation, and was fixed to lose his job and position at
And drop out of college.
college.
For what, though?
Thankfully, though, an internal investigation was launched into the 4 officers on the scene, and it was concluded that they didn't follow proper procedure. All 4 of the officers were suspended,
Arrested.
and Patrick was awarded with a settlement
No,
of
I would throw them
$100,000.
under the
But
jail.
David Wiggins' story doesn't have such a happy ending. He was pulled over and forced out of his vehicle with not so much as a second thought from the police, but they failed to realize he too was the completely wrong guy.
Hands out the window! Take your right hand
Damn,
out
she
the
got
door.
blick.
The completely wrong guy.
Hands out the
She
window!
blick
Take your right hand
already.
out the door. Get on the ground. On the ground.
Already though.
Did you just run from me? So okay?
Oh, okay. She thought.
All right.
Okay, she thought he ran from her, but still, why you gotta? You feel me? You ain't gotta draw your weapon. He on the ground.
Put your hands behind your back.
David was put into cuffs and left on the ground at gunpoint after cops mistook him for a suspect. Apparently, the guy they were looking for had just fled them in a similar car with a similar license plate, and the cops pulled David over assuming it was the same vehicle. It's an understandable mistake,
do like the
but
same V.
realistically, the cops should have double-checked the plate as soon as they lost line of sight. Instead, they decided to wait until David was on the ground, handcuffed, and at gunpoint before even attempting to confirm he was their guy.
Sister, give me that tag.
Kodak for a 2016 Dodge Challenger. Last name Green. It's not a hanger. It's clear.
This ain't even him. Yeah, you good. You're good. That's scary.
She
You got it.
laughing. What? She get to laugh after that? Come on. She get to laugh after that.
Almost the same tag, same car. He must have passed you going through. You good? Good. All right. You have a good one, okay? I'm sorry about that.
Okay, I was
David
gonna
was
say she ain't gonna
offered
say
little
sorry.
other than an apology for the whole ordeal, and was sent on his way after being correctly identified as the wrong guy. But that wasn't enough for
Wrong
David,
guy.
and in July of 2023, decided to file a lawsuit against the city of Marion, claiming gross negligence, civil assault, battery, and false imprisonment. In the complaint,
I know you
David
gotta
alleges
check.
that he was forced to endure 3 minutes handcuffed on the ground with a gun to his head, not knowing if the next second would be his last.
Mm-hmm.
He also notes that the apology was a mockery. As of this video's upload, the case is still ongoing. However, when this cop in Florida was faced with the same situation,
They
he
need to
managed to show exactly
get that man a
how he should
lawsuit.
handle it.
$500,000.
Do you really think we want to be out here killing people?
A deputy in Volusia County
Yes.
was looking for a burglar when he stumbled upon Joseph Griffin, a man who he said perfectly matched the description.
There is a burglary that happened. You kind of fit the description.
If y'all notice, all these people, you feel me? The video ain't over yet, but I feel like it's gonna be all us. All us. I don't know why it is. It's gonna be all us, man.
Let me just make sure that you're not him, okay? All right. I'm not there. I have my ID. Okay. Can I see your ID? Yeah. You literally, they said white tank top, black shorts, and they said that you had a beard. All right. So I'm not saying it's you.
Okay, now this how they should
Again,
approach.
I'm not saying it's you, buddy.
This cop is obviously aware of how difficult this very interaction can be, especially if it turns out he's not who he's looking for. So he approaches him politely and attempts to resolve the situation rather than escalate it.
See, he cool.
Bear with me, okay?
I'll give him his flowers.
You fit the
Go ahead.
description. I'm not saying you're guilty, but my sergeant's telling me to detain you. That's my sergeant.
He gotta do what his boss tell him. He got to. That's his job. He gotta do his job.
Do you mind sitting it down here? Because for now, I'm gonna detain you. Look, you're not under arrest. I'm detaining you right now.
But still, I feel like they shouldn't even still put him in the cuffs though, cause they don't know for sure if it's him. But I fuck with this cop, cause he ain't, you feel me, taking up. He ain't drawing no weapons. He ain't use no excessive force. He just, you know, he cool. He telling what's going on. You know, doing his job.
Okay? Just hang tight for me, okay, buddy?
Joseph respectfully informs the cop that he's live streaming the interaction for his own safety
would've
before
too.
being detained. He's also told that he's not under arrest and not being charged with anything. They just don't want to give him the opportunity to run should he end up being the suspect.
We're not saying it's you, but you fit the description. That's why I'm detaining you. If it's not you, we're gonna cut you loose and you're free to go, okay? But I just want you to see through us why, you know, 7 cop cars. So hey, everything going on, it's just a little bit scary. Yep. This is it was a burglary. It's a burglary. It's serious. It's not a joke. These guys that are getting ready to go home, and we're coming in. So that's why you have so many.
The cops are doing their best to put Joseph at ease, but you can still imagine how stressful of a situation this would be. He's doing a good job at staying respectful and composed, but you can definitely still tell he's on edge.
We appreciate you being very cooperative. Other people would just. I'm not trying to get shot over this. Seriously, do you really think we want to be out here killing people? Do you honestly think that? I'm a military police. Like I said, brother, I've been in the same boat.
After just 10 minutes of
You
waiting,
are.
they hear back from the witness who had just received a picture of Joseph.
So good news for you. The witness is saying that the clothes you're wearing and all that doesn't fit the description. It's called a show up. So we got a picture. Again, he's gonna run it through, make sure it's not you, and from what it looked like, buddy, you'll be out of here, okay?
A show-up is a method of identification where a witness is presented with a single suspect and simply asked if that's their guy. It's also worth mentioning that when looking for a suspect at large, police will only receive a quick rundown of the suspect's appearance. Adding extra details can create confusion and even cause cops to let the perpetrators go if they miss something small. This is why the description may seem vague and leads to false positives, just like this one is starting to look like.
What's your name, man? Joseph. Joseph? Hey, man, listen, Jake. Just want to say thank you for keeping it cool, your demeanor. We just got the picture finally from the witness, and I get why they went out with you for sure. Clearly not you, but the clothing description, everything matched. So, obviously, these guys didn't have that to go with. They just had a description that was pretty good. But once we finally got the picture from the video surveillance and stuff, it was like, nah, that's not it. That's why I told him, get him out of here. I appreciate you understanding that, man.
Just like that, Joseph was sent on his way back to his wife and daughter with no further action taken against anyone at the scene. Later that day, the suspect was found and arrested. Both cases in this video so far have involved fairly. Suspect was found and arrested.
Folks got these big ass and one shorts on. First of all, they should have said it's a bald head. Somebody bald. I don't know what they should have said, man. That's not folks. I just know you got some big ass and one shorts. All right, that's what I would say. Big ass and one shorts. Y'all got them.
Both cases in this
Big
video
ass
so
and
far
no
have
shorts.
involved fairly innocuous crimes.
Folks got
But
some
that's all about to
hoochie daddies.
change in this next case, where a man is falsely accused of robbing a bank and shooting a man in the head.
Damn.
You're not gonna tell me how to talk, all right? You shut your fucking motherfucking mouth.
In the early hours of the 23rd of April,
Hey, what-
2022,
what are
Grand
you?
Junction police received a frightening phone call.
911, is that what's the address emergency? 704 Horizon Drive.
He
I heard
said-
gunshots outside on Horizon Drive within a minute ago. How many did you hear? Probably 4 or 5.
Later that morning, police received a second call from a nearby hospital, making them aware of a patient who had walked in on their own with a gunshot wound to the head. It was determined that he was injured on Horizon Drive, the same street the gunshots were heard on
Oh,
at 3
damn.
a.m. A few hours later, a man named Aaron headed to the gas station to stock up on supplies for a marksmanship event he was attending that day. Unfortunately for him, the gas station was too located on Horizon Drive.
I went to a gas station this morning to grab some stuff, and they were saying there was a shooting at 3 o'clock in the morning. So they have traffic blocked going out on the 70. So we might want to look to see if that's going to impact our route.
Little did Aaron know, traffic would be the least of his worries that day. After stopping at the gas station, he heads back to his hotel to charge his phone. On the way there, he misses an exit, so he uses his blinker to make a U-turn in front of the police blockade. He parks up for 5 minutes to charge his phone, waits for his friend to show up in his car, then stops at another gas station to wait for his other friends to turn up. It's at this point Aaron is approached by police.
Can I help you?
Yeah. You trying to roll down your window real quick?
No. What do you need?
I need you to identify yourself.
No, why?
Because
All right.
you're leaving the area
Hold on. Hold
where a
on.
shooting occurred. Okay, well, can you please roll down your window more so I can
No.
talk to you?
No. What do you mean?
All right, well, I need to identify you.
No, you do not.
My name is Officer Pasadas with the Grand Junction Police Department. And this is my corporal right here. This is Corporal
Foo fly in
Church
this motherfucker.
as well.
Okay.
All right, so I need you to identify yourself.
No, that's not how it works. I have rights as an American citizen, right?
What Aaron is saying is completely true, and he is well within his rights to refuse to identify himself. However, that doesn't necessarily mean it's always the best idea. Regardless, in this
Right.
situation, Aaron
They gonna always win in the moment. Always. They gonna always win in the moment. So I just comply, man, for they.
clearly wishes to exercise this right, to which the cop isn't best pleased. This is when things start to escalate quickly.
You not have articulable suspicion that I've done
I
anything.
actually do.
What crime do you suspect me of committing?
Possible attempted homicide.
You suspect me, actual me, of committing possible attempted homicide.
Why would he even still be in the area?
Does not help your cause.
No, I've done absolutely nothing.
If
I
he
pulled
did-
into a gas station
Yeah,
because my friends
thank
are
you.
here because we're going
Keep
to.
an eye, they're associated.
At this point, Corporal Church heads over to Aaron's
They
friend,
say
where he discovers
they're
that his name
associate.
is indeed Aaron, and that it matches up with the registration on the vehicle. Meanwhile, Officer Posadas attempts to shed a little more light on why Aaron is being highlighted as a suspect.
Right,
You're
exactly.
leaving the area of a crime
Exactly.
with a similar colored vehicle, similar nature to the description.
What description?
Only got the same color car.
Did you get?
I got a darkened colored sedan. 2 people also stated that one of the suspects may be of African American descent.
With this information, you can see how a cop would suspect Aaron. He's a
Yeah,
black
yeah.
male in a similar vehicle. But things start to get much stranger as you dive deeper. In the official report, it was determined there were actually 2 suspects, one white and one black. And a more detailed report of the vehicle describes a car more similar to the one that Aaron's friends are driving. It seems as though the cops are ignoring every sign and targeting Aaron for no reason. Something that only becomes more obvious as they allow his friends to leave, but keep Aaron at the scene.
My buddies that just left, they were also in a dark sedan. But you aren't fucking stopping them and questioning them.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
What color they is?
Sorry if you
Shut
feel
your
that way.
fucking mouth. I don't want to fucking
You're
talk.
not
to you.
Damn.
gonna talk, all right?
You shut your fucking motherfucking mouth.
Corporal, come up here. It's not working.
That's why he ain't.
He's currently recording on his phone.
They said it was a white man and a black dude. So they should have kept them in the premises.
His vehicle matches the description given, blah, blah, blah. He's very upset right now.
Why are you not cooperative?
Because I don't have to be cooperative with your investigation.
Well, you have to ID yourself. Right?
No, I do not. Tell me why I have to ID.
Well, call it a state law station.
I want you to explain why I, me as a person, have to ID to you.
Colorado State law says you do.
The cops continue to ask for Aaron's name despite having already been told by his friends and realizing it matches up with the name on the vehicle. But perhaps the funniest part of this entire interaction is what happens when Aaron instead asks for the sergeant's name.
What's your name and your badge number? What's your name and your badge number?
Well, I'm not going to give that to you.
You have to.
He said, I'm not going to give it to you. First of all, y'all got to identify. This is crazy. I know he got a lawsuit.
No.
Yes, you do.
No.
He
You
say
are
no.
a public servant. I'm asking for your name
You
and badge
also have
number.
to give me your name.
He say
I do
no.
not.
So you wanted me to explain to you why I'm asking for you to identify yourself?
He's suspended.
Because we had an incident happen, right?
30 days,
Sorry.
the least. He ain't get paid for a
Well,
whole
I won't
month.
do that right now.
What do you mean you won't? This is the most ridiculous thing
So,
I've ever
I'm telling
done.
you.
It's important to
And he
note that
getting
the
bumped
Grand
down.
Junction Police Department require police officers to identify themselves upon request.
All officers shall identify themselves by name and badge number when interacting with the public.
But the sergeant later claimed he simply forgot.
He
Aaron
forgot.
was never made aware
This is-
of why they targeted him so directly at the scene.
He
But in the
fired.
official police report, the cops
For the
say that the
lawsuit.
reason they suspected Aaron was because of the U-turn he made. Remember, he simply missed his exit to the hotel, and there the road ahead of him was closed, leaving him with nowhere else to go. They also alleged that he didn't use a turn signal for the maneuver, something
They
that
lying.
can easily
They
be
always say
disproved
that when
by
they ain't got
listening
nothing.
to Aaron's dash cam footage.
Turn shit. They be lying, though. See, I know it.
As you'd expect, an internal affairs investigation was launched into the officers at the scene, and it was conducted that there was no wrongdoing, and the cops conducted themselves perfectly. Aaron has since launched his own lawsuit against the Grand Junction Police Department, but as of this video's upload, the investigation is still ongoing. Check out
Why?
Aaron's channel linked below for updates on the situation.
Finding a therapist doesn't have.
That video's crazy, man. Oh, fuck it. That video was crazy. But on the last one, I hope he get, I say $500,000 for one dude. He need, I said 300,000. It wasn't that serious, man. But I feel like they should be suspended. Leave an absence of some, or even fired. He said no. Get me out of here.